Hello everyone, welcome to FFA Gist Hub. On today's show, I have, in fact, juicy gist for you. From Naomi Campbell, who has been sued, to Tamar Braxton and a Nigerian boyfriend and the trouble they have in their paradise. Then it seems that we are going to finally get the showdown that we've been expecting from MI and Vector. Finally, another sexual harassment scandal on the streets of Twitter. But before I give you all this juicy gist, if you've not subscribed to this YouTube channel, make sure you do so by clicking on the subscribe button that is right below. Do not forget to turn on your notifications so that when I drop new content, you are notified immediately. You can also drop your comments on anything that I say. You don't have to agree with me. You know the way. All is fair in love, war, and fashion. So, popular international model Naomi Campbell has been sued by a Russian ex-boyfriend, Vladimir Doronin, and is suing her to the tune of $3 million. That's a lot of money. According to him, this $3 million is like the money that he borrowed her over the course of their 5 years relationship. They were dating from 2008 to 2013. Now, I don't even really know what to say about this, but what I'll just say is, sometimes when there's this money issue about borrowing money and not borrowing money, sometimes the borrowee, in this case, the Russian ex-boyfriend, might have thought that I'm borrowing you this money so that you give me back. But the borrower, in this case, Naomi Campbell, might not have seen it that way. They might have thought that the money is dash, like, give away. So, but that's an aside. I'm not saying that's what happened. But sometimes that kind of mix-up can happen. Anyway, Naomi Campbell has not said anything about the charges that have been brought and what news outlets have been carrying. She has just been going on with her life, posting normally on social media, moving on. So apparently she's not moved by it. Moving on to another relationship wahala. I don't even understand. It's like people are just having trouble in their relationship. Tamar Braxton and a Nigerian boyfriend, David Adefeso, have broken up. Now, the breaking up is not the gist though. The gist is the fact that he has taken a restraining order against Tamar Braxton. And he explained why he took that restraining order on a lengthy video that he dropped on YouTube, stating that Tamar Braxton assaulted him physically, as in he has been in a situation of domestic violence. Now, before he even said it, he mentioned the fact that, most times people tell men not to talk about issues like that if they've suffered physical abuse at home, if they've been physically abused, but he's going to speak his truth. And that was what he did.
Here's the truth. I've been a victim of domestic violence, domestic assault. I was attacked. I was driving on high speed, and I was attacked. A blow to my neck, my jugular. For those of you who know about medicine and the jugular, that's what carries blood to your brain. When you're hit there, it discombobulates you. And I thought I was gonna crash. But I was driving fast. I had to call my mom. I called my mom. A 50-year-old guy having to call his mom when he's driving, and my mom started praying. Tim, I was in the car. My mom started praying. Only to find out that after the blow, I was being secretly recorded.
Tamar Braxton says that that is not what happened though. That while they were going, she was having a conversation with him about a post he made of her 7-year-old son without consulting her. And he then threatened her that they would have a situation of murder suicide. What that means is he will kill her, then he will kill himself. And that she only got physical with him when he got physical with her. So now that we're not in the car with them, we don't know who is saying the truth or who is not saying the truth. But I would say that there's no need to shame men who step forward and say that they've either been that they've been victims of domestic violence, whether they've been physically abused or verbally abused, because sometimes these men are going through this, and because they feel that people will laugh at them, they don't say anything about it. They'll be suffering in silence. So people shouldn't ridicule him. A lot of people were dropping comments like on his YouTube page and ridiculing him for talking about it, but people shouldn't do that. As regards the issue of whether Tamar assaulted him or he assaulted Tamar, that one is another issue, because Tamar has a reputation of being like the psycho in the Braxton family. And if you would recall, in July, she attempted suicide. She actually tried to kill herself. It was this a Nigerian boyfriend, though, this Mr. David, that went into the hotel room, found her, and quickly put together a response, and she was able to survive. And she even came on social media to talk about how she loves him, how he's a hero, he saved her life, and they will be together forever. And now, see you, break up, 2 years relationship, down the drain. Anyway, we wish them the best. We hope they settle their differences. If she has been physically assaulting him, at least he has taken restraining order, so that should serve as a deterrent. Moving on to another fight issue. MI and Vector. Hey! So MI and Vector, they've been having this beef. If you don't know, MI is a popular Nigerian rapper. Vector is also another popular Nigerian rapper. They've been having this beef, but the beef has been underground though for a long time. They didn't really talk about it. But in 2019, they decided that they were going to say their mind, and they came out and started talking about it. They both released diss tracks against each other. Vector's diss track was called Judas the Rat. Obviously, the rat is MI, because it's short. And MI's diss track was called The Viper, Letter to Vector. In fact, when they dropped their diss track, social media went agog. People were just picking sides. I'm team MI, I'm team Vector. MI is the best, Vector is the best. But I'm happy that this year of our Lord, 2020, it seems that they will finally settle this beef once and for all, thanks to NSC Artistry, as they've come up with a new, like a show, The Conversation. So this conversation is between MI, Abaga, Vector, and DJ Jimmy Jax is like the umpire in the middle. So the show will be airing on their YouTube page, on NSC's YouTube page, and you can trust that we will be watching it so that we can give you details of all the boss as is happening. Yeah, moving on to the Kardashian family. Oh, the Kardashian family have released a statement on social media that their reality TV show that brought them into limelight, Keeping Up with the Kardashians, will end in the year 2021. Wow. They put up series of posts appreciating their viewers, telling them they love them, thank you for the journey, and all that stuff. If you don't know, Keeping Up with the Kardashians has been on air for 14 years, and they've had 20 seasons and hundreds of episodes. So it has been a long run. And the way the conversation is coming on social media is like the station that airs the program exclusively, did not really want to end the partnership, but the Kardashian family, they seemed like they insisted on ending the show once and for all. For me, I don't think it's a loss to them. They've acquired the fame. I mean, all of them are famous in their own rights. So anybody that wants to keep up with them, you can go and keep up with them on Instagram. There's no problem there. We wish them all the best in all their future shows or future endeavors, whatever they do, all the best. Now, with all the conversations that we've been having about rape, sexual harassment on social media, this year alone, so many conversations, many people have been dragged on this issue. We would think that people would, hear word, they will start behaving with sense. But, no, they will not. Again, we have another sexual harassment issue trending on Twitter. This is the gist. So this guy, his name is, his handle is @Oluwatosin, and he's a journalist. The story is that he has been talking to young girls, and most of these girls are between the ages of 17, 19, 20-ish. And he slides into their DM. They are like young feminists. So he looks for those girls that are like feminists and those ones that maybe have different mindsets about sexual orientation. He slides into their DM. They start having intellectual conversations. Oh, why are you a feminist? What does it take to be a feminist? How are you coping? This and that. And when they are comfortable with him, he then starts making obscene sexual statements to them, asking them, because I saw some of the screenshots that some of the girls posted on Twitter about their conversations with him. And he'll be calling them sexy beasts, asking them if they want to masturbate with him, or he will masturbate and they will see it. I don't get it. That's so like ew, so disgusting. And in fact, now all the girls have come on Twitter and they've dropped their statements, evidence, receipts of their messages and interactions with this guy. And he is being dragged big time by the likes of Kiki Modi, who the famous BBC Africa reporter. This is what I'm just going to say. Ladies and gentlemen, this country is not equipped to protect you, especially as it regards sexual harassment and rape issues. Because when you go and report, people will be asking you, where were you? And where did it happen? How did it happen? What did you do until it got to that stage? Know how, when you start saying the story, it will now end up looking like you are the one that caused the whole issue in itself. So I've started advising ladies, and I always advise ladies, and I advise myself too, that ladies need to be careful. We need to own our own safety. Own it. Be in charge of your safety. The way they will tell you in church that you are in charge of your destiny. My sisters and my brothers, you are in charge of your safety. Personally, these days I've become more conscious about this, especially with the whole popularity of sexual harassment issues and rape cases. I'm careful now. I don't go and visit guys anyhow. I don't do. And it's not because I don't trust my male friends. They're amazing people. But most times I've seen that this guy is not like it's premeditated, but it's because they can't control themselves. So when you are now saying no, they don't understand in their head that no is no. They've gone. They will not do nonsense. Me, I prefer to avoid stories that touch the heart. So when my men friends say, Waire, let's hang out, I'm like, yeah, let's meet at the mall, let's catch a movie, let's go to the restaurant. That's what I do now. If I want to come to your house, I'll be like battalion of 7 before I will even come. Because I don't want, prevention is better than cure. When I'm entering public transport now, I'm always conscious, guys that sit beside me or around me, because I don't want anybody to just use your elbow and touch my boobs by mistake. I will change it for you. Straight. Or all these ones that they'll be putting their hand behind you on the seats. Why are you putting your hand behind me on the seat? Am I your girlfriend? Ha. So all those issues, I'm very conscious about it. And ladies, we need to be conscious about it too. so that we don't fall into all these traps. Guys slide into your DM, and most times you check them out and they seem like upstanding citizens. People that are sexual predators, is not written on their face that I'm a sexual predator. They will look like they are the best people in the world until they have that opportunity. So it's best to protect yourself and be conscious when you are talking to people. Take everything with a grain of salt. No, a grain is too small. A full bucket of salt. Secondly, that one is by the side though. Secondly, this guy, this Oluwatosin that has been accused, he has now come up to Twitter to drop an apology that he is sorry. He did not mean to do it. He takes responsibility for his actions. Uncle responsibility. Well done. But I don't get, why is it that people do terrible things or say terrible things, you now come on social media and start apologizing, and you feel the fact that you say, I'm going to take responsibility for my actions, is enough. It is not. See, a lot of people have been dropping apologies this week. I don't talk about all those people. But this one is really making me angry. Look, you might say, oh, forgive and forget, to err is human, to forgive is divine, and all that other stuff. But when you do something terrible, apologizing for it does not take away the fact that you've done it. It does not take the hurt that has happened to those people. So you know what? Instead of coming to apologize for what you've done wrong and expecting us to forgive and forget, because we won't, why don't you think about that thing you want to do before you even do it in the first place? People, let me know your comments on this issue. Drop your comments in the comment section. I know you will be saying, Waire, say you are just so passionate about it. All these things really affect me inside to my bone marrow. And that is why I'm going to be premiering my new show, The Ugly Truth. Yes, this week. Watch this YouTube channel for it so that you don't miss it. And on that show, I'm just going to be pouring my mind on issues like this and telling you how it is. No holds barred. You don't want to miss it. Thank you all for watching today's show. I hope, the last few minutes were a bit intense. But just know that I love you all. Remember, subscribe to this YouTube channel. Turn on your notification button so that you can be notified when I drop new content. Until I see you next time, watch out for the ugly truth. Stay safe. COVID is real. Bye.